Good morning.
Good morning. So, what we're doing today, it's going to be a lot of fun. We have Alex from Integrity Power in Colorado. Yes, and I'm Damian with, I'm Sure Power Solutions. So, between the two of us, we're going to build this awesome trailer that Alex sold in with his smile. Smile. So this is our 5,000 watt Quattro that we're opening up. This is from Victron Energy. And so far, I am very impressed with the engineering behind this company. It seems like they've been doing this for a while. They know what they're doing, so that's good. Nice working with a company like that. Good packaging. Got it in, what was it, 7 days from ordering?
Less than a week.
So it was less than a week to receive it, and we're excited to unbox it. So here we go.
All right, Alex, what's going on over here with the system?
We've got our inverter wired up.
Woo.
So as you can see, wires. This is our AC input, or output actually. This is what is going to be powering everything. These are our batteries coming in here. And that's the beautiful plug that we're using.
What are you holding over there? Damien?
Once we cut, we can't go back.
That's it.
Oh yeah, you get it. It's okay to cut. It's
a doozy.
Arm twister.
You can do it, honey.
There it goes.
Yeah, it's a Superman strength.
Superman.
Always makes me nervous when you cut those things. It's like, no, that was like a perfectly good pluggy.
I know.
And now you have to like re-strip it.
With there's so many different types of pluggies. You just never know what you're going to need or use. And so, at the end of the day, they just end up being in the way. That's what I say.
Yay, yay.
Yay, yay.
Alright, cool. And that is going in this spot.
And soon we'll show you the battery box with it.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the isolators real quick.
Yeah.
So these little bad boy blocks, the bottom are isolators. So being that this is a single axle trailer, it's going to be bouncing down the road. We assume it's going to be jarred around. So we want to protect the inverter as much as possible. So we chose on this build to use these shock absorbing isolators bolted to the floor, so that this inverter can move around without being jarred beyond a G-force that we don't think is good. So,
awesome.
Wire glands. So some of you know, that's called a wire gland. This thing right here is a gland.
Oh, it's not like the gland you have in your throats and stuff?
Well, yeah, gland, same Latin base, I bet.
Glandulus.
For glandulus.
Glandy gland.
And so we put that gland on, and we're glandrous about it.
Yeah, it was all pretty naked in here. Now this is what they got.
You're tickling me. And then we have, this is a battery connector. That's gonna plug into our 48 volt juicy lithium system. We'll go over that in another clip.
Next clip.
Awesome.
This big juicy wire, it's gonna go into this hole for an AC shoreline. Plug in. We got them on a
Welcome back, everybody.
Here we are.
Battery time.
We've got our lithium module. This thing is 5 kilowatt hours of energy. And honestly, we're shocked we can slide it in here like this.
QC control. Very nice.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Good job, boys.
Oh, thank you.
You
Thank
did it again.
Mother Power.
Sure Power and Integrity Power.
Always
I
here
know
for
what
Got
your
a tip for
business
today.
is called.
This is a
It's
tip
better
for-
to be silent and thought of a fool than to speak and remove all doubt.
So
Proverbs,
that's a
baby.
tip for everybody out
Proverbs.
there. Shh, and more. Life will be better for you if you do learn those two things.
Okay, so we're back again with Sure Power and Integrity Power.
Hello.
So you guys already did one system yesterday.
Well, that was the trailer unit with the 5K Quattro from Victron, and then the 5,000 or the 5 kilowatt hour battery, the lithium battery from Elite. We built that. That's pretty cool. Now we're into this truck system, which is a mobile application where we're going to use the 2812 from Outback. We're going to put some power to it through some other Elite. We're going to be building another module here, so let's check this out. This one's going to be a little bit different because we're building this battery. So what we're doing in this whole thing is we're going to be taking the raw cells
Ta-da!
Boom. Look at that.
The reveal.
So this is what it is when you buy a battery that's it's not managed. So this is not protected or safe for anybody that doesn't understand what they have here. This is a potentially very dangerous battery. There's a lot of energy that is this battery is capable of dumping 10C, 10 times its capacity, which is 100 amp hour battery. So that's 10 times that. That's 1,000 amps. This thing can do. Boom! And I'm not kidding you. It'll melt a wrench. It's disgusting. And the neat thing about it is we can set it up to charge at 3C, which is 3 times its capacity, which is 300 amps. So you can't do that with other batteries. You can't just go buy a Battleborn and a Simplify or any kind of other, already cased battery system that has a management built in. You have no options to do anything with that battery. That's why we use these. This is sort of an unlocked door on what we can do. And in this case, we're building 2 of these 100 amp hour batteries into this case right here like this. So we're going to take this and drop it in here. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that fits so beautifully.
Snug as a bug.
Snug as a bug. So then we'll drop another one in here. We're going to make equal cables, come back and drive it through some safety, some fuses, and some smart science. And we're going to heat these batteries with a really cool battery heater that we're building. We already built it. We're just going to case it into something very nice and make it available as soon as possible.
Next
People
product.
need it. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. So we're going to heat up these batteries if in the event they're cold, and we're going to keep it from charging during that time so you can't damage the batteries in that process of warming them up if they're frozen and they need to charge. When they're frozen, they'll still deliver the same power out. The internal resistance changes with the cold, and it can damage them by trying to charge them. But if they're frozen, they won't even absorb. You can have power to it, and they'll just, your voltage will go right up to the top. They won't suck the power up. So, pretty wild, but we're gonna get into it.
All right, Damian, Sure Power Solutions. What's the update?
The update is we're working on this mobile truck system, which is going to be in the bed of a F-250 tied to the alternator. So what we have is a slimline box. We're using slimline so he has more room in the bed. One of the options with building power. And so what I had to do here, and what I'd like to do, is some of these boxes are getting cheaper and cheaper. It's just the way they are unless you order something custom. So what I did was we welded a frame for the base. We punched out holes and we have isolators. Now the Outbacks, just so you guys know, some of you more involved application engineers, we did not have to put isolators on this Outback. The Outbacks are built rugged enough. We want to get into the practice of isolating electronics. It cannot hurt. $10 to overprotect your stuff. How much is the inverter?
$2,000.
We have a really good expensive inverter. We want to protect it, so we put isolators on it. Here it is. We're doing a dry fit right now. We're not going to put it together until we paint the frame and isolate it, because we don't want to do a material to material, because when you put steel to aluminum, funky things happen. So we're going to go ahead and put tape on this thing and keep the steel from touching the aluminum. But here it is. This is kind of where it's happening. Put a handle on. It's easier to put. We could pick this whole thing out much easier. We're gonna put the lithium batteries right in here. And yet to be continued. Thanks for tuning in. Sure Power Solutions. Damian.
And Integrity Power.
Out. Hey, back. Building power. What we have. This is day 2.
Number 2.
Yeah, we're probably a couple 4 hours into this so far. But what we're doing is we're putting on our balance boards on our lithium batteries. And what these will do is help us balance our batteries. And that's what they do.
Yep.
I don't want to get too nerdy into all the details. They do a lot, but I'm not going to go into all the stuff. This is a cocoon, I guess. This is an insulating section of battery love here that we have some heaters in the bottom.
Our little igloo for our battery.
Yeah, the igloo. It's like a little cooler, but it's the opposite of a cooler. It's going to be a warmer unit. So we have a battery heater module that we built that's going to manage the temperature of the batteries. It's not going to allow the batteries to charge if they're cold, but they will allow them to discharge when they're cold. So we figured out some logic on that, made that happen. So it's battery management, protection, and temperature protection all in one. Yeah, and we've coupled up with the Outback, the VFX 2812, which is the mobile unit, which is nice. It's nice.
It's a really good unit.
And so we basically, well, the next thing we'll be doing is installing our balance boards, and then we're going to button this up or tighten this all up, and we're going to install our cables too. So believe it or not, you can see the size of the cables we're using.
Big boys.
Yeah, so these cables, each one of these cables is going to deliver power. So we're planning on being able to use a lot of power. We always oversize. It's just better to go a little bit bigger. You're really like saving pennies to give a customer a better quality product, and so we just oversize.
And this is a high performance unit.
High performance.
High performance units.
Is this gonna go in the back of a truck?
Yeah, it's going to go in an F-250, and it's going to basically just power everything on a job site. I mean, anything the guy needs, to a welder,
Nice.
saws, tools.
Sounds good. We'll
Yes.
catch up in a bit when you guys get more done.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. So what we did next is put the battery sense boards in. Then we added the wires, and we have a little temperature sensor right here. Can't talk. Ugh. Crazy hot day. Anyway, we have a temperature sensor here, so when the batteries warm up, this will let the controller know that we're okay to go ahead and charge. Nice work, Alex.
Pretty good, boys.
Looks pretty good.
You did it.
Next step, just close this up. Test it.
Looks good. Close it up and then put the controller. We'll come back. We'll come back with the control. So that is our control. It's everything you need. Battery heat. And a few other things in here that I'm not going to get too into, but that's what it is. And it saves the battery, and it'll heat the battery, and it'll keep you from charging the battery if the battery is cold, and that's what it does. It's cool, simple, and it works every time. And I'm sure.
Sure power.
Sure power.
Well, it's all up, ready to go. Looking good. Good job, Alex.
Beautiful.
Good job, Damian.
Looking pretty. And
You guys
AC
put an
input
awesome
is
system here.
seen.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we're not pulling more than 14 amps and see how much I got my amp.
You got a cranky? And that dandy.
Hey guys, I'm Damian from Sure Power Solutions. Alex is back in Colorado. And we finished these two builds, one with a Victron, the other with an Outback. It was a lot of fun. I hope that inspired some of you. If you have any questions, the information is going to be in the description bar below. And we hope we'll see you again. Thanks. Bye.